if we found a place like a McDonald's or a Burger King, and I think a KFC is what we found there, and a Subway. If we found any of those things in our area, like as missionaries, we would then congregate there for a while and take it over. And it was interesting to see like the things that they would serve there compared to what we were used to here in the States. Like Subway would have certain things that they don't have here. I don't know if I can remember all of them, but of course the biggest one that always threw me off was how McDonald's would serve beer, and it's like, oh, that's interesting. Like, like you still see kids and everybody in there, like, and it's like you think it's a family establishment, and it still was, but yeah, they had alcohol as part of what you can get with your value meals and whatnot. And so I always found that really interesting. And of course, then you have the metric system, so then you don't have a quarter pounder with cheese, you have something else. So in Spain, there's a lot of things that on Sunday, a lot of things close because they're still a very religious country. So a lot of the places would close down, and but the only place that wouldn't close down would be the bakeries, so everyone could still get bread. And then would be the bars. But the bars there aren't similar to the ones here in the States. Like here in the States, I guess most bars are like sports bars. Like people drink, watch sports, and that's about the extent. Or maybe some places they have where you can dance. In Spain, a lot of the bars there were very, I guess, like people would bring their family in there, and you can eat a meal and sit at the bar, and like they would be open way late into the night, and sometimes we'd see like kids still up and about, and it's like, this is sort of different. I mean, they're still watching sports games, but you could eat a full dinner and everything, have all sorts of meals there and whatnot. And, we'd stay away from that, but then every now and then an investigator would be like, well, come in and I'll feed you or something. And when we would accept, it would just be really awkward because it's like, this is still a bar, essentially, because there's the bartender and there's all the stuff you have there. But okay. So that was always interesting. And then, of course, seeing bakeries in every corner was awesome, because then that's when we would start getting to enjoy the pastries that Spain had to offer. And then one of those pastries, which I think every missionary would get like almost every day, it was known as the Napolitana. And what that is basically a croissant that's sort of rectangular that has like a strip of chocolate inside of it. So it's like a chocolate filled croissant, but and it's like sort of flaky when you bite into it, and it's delicious. And there's something very similar to it that can be found in Target, which I've told other return missionaries from Spain to go to Target and raid their bakery area or their pastry area, because it's very similar to it. But yeah, I think that's a lot of the comparisons. Like, it's the old world. You see cobblestone, you see the old structures, and every now and then while we're out working, like, you just had to stop and just look around and take it in and realize you're in Europe, you're in the old world. Like, things happen here. There's a tremendous history, and preparation days, we go to visit castles and things like that, and just sort of imagine like what it was like during those eras, and like, when the whole Enlightenment happened, or when the whole the apostasy type of stuff happened. And so yeah, those were some great experiences, some different culture shocks as well, seeing that.